Last Wednesday, my friend Jay called me in the evening. He reminded me that it's spring, the bloom is out there. This implies we need to start planning for our summer camping trip at Yosemite. I got really excited, my eyes lit up, and I quickly went on the computer to search on the internet for tents, sleeping bag, portable stove, and mat. When I slept, I even dreamt of being in Yosemite. I could really hear the waterfall in my ears. Next morning, I got up, went to work, got really busy, and forgot all about it. In the evening, when I came home, I realized I needed to go to the supermarket to buy milk, cereal, and some paper for my printer. As soon as I walked into the grocery store, my phone buzzed. I picked up my phone and I saw there was a notification which said, "You have just received a coupon for 30% off the tents, and they are in aisle 18. It continued to say that if I bought the bundle of the tent, the stove, the sleeping bag, and the mat, I would save 50% off the individual prices. How bizarre! I had forgotten all about the trip that I had started to plan last evening, but somebody did not. I had just experienced an application of Internet of Things. Before I explain what this Internet of Things implies, let's look at the definition of Internet of Things. We have all known about Internet, which connects computers and servers to the people. People use it for e-commerce, such as buying at Amazon, or for social media, or for websites for companies, their corporate presence. But in Internet of Things, physical objects such as tables, chairs, cars, or fixed objects like buildings, or could be plants or human beings, they are connected to the network or to the Internet. So why would we connect the things to the Internet? We can collect a lot of information, and that information can be processed for meaningful outcomes. Let's go back and look at the retail store example. When I walked into the store, the sensors in the store identified me as the person who had searched on the Internet about certain things. They were able to pull my loyalty information, and they knew what kind of things I wanted to buy in general, and I had done certain searches by combining data from different places and applying analytics to it. They were then able to give me an offer at the right time by sensing my position in the store, which in fact allowed me to act on that offer because it matched my interest. Now, some people might think it is really bizarre, it is a invasion of privacy. Well, there are different perspectives. The Internet of Things is coming around us. So, let us look at what are the various ways we can make use of it. The Internet of Things comes in multiple flavors. There can be consumer Internet, which consumer Internet of Things will consist of things like wearables like Fitbit, some Nike shoes have sensors, or the Google Nest, which connects our thermostat and our heating and cooling system to the Internet. By connecting such things to the Internet, we are able to get information and convert that into meaningful outcomes. In the case of thermostat, it helps to optimize the experience in terms of the right amount of heating and cooling, and at the same time helping to conserve energy. Internet of Things can be in the commercial space. When we drive on the highways, we pay tolls. Our car along with us and the fast pass acts as a thing in this case, and by application of data and analytics such as what time of day it is, which lane are we in, the toll amount varies. That is another example of commercial Internet of Things. There are industrial devices, for instance an aircraft. an aircraft's engine or a train. These are examples of industrial Internet of Things. So, what does that imply? Let us imagine you have gone to the restaurant, you had a nice portion of the entree, and now you are eating the cheesecake. You are wearing a wearable, something like a Fitbit. And now imagine the next thing that pops up on your Fitbit is that your doctor's appointment has been set up, followed by a glucose test of your blood, and your health insurance rate just went up. There are different ways to look at Internet of Things. The best thing is we understand it, we embrace it, because it is here. Once we are able to understand it, then we will be able to put it to good use for the benefit of the humankind.